free money for your children. That's right. Donald Trump just announced $1,000 Kickstarter investment accounts for all newborns starting in 2025. In his recent tax bill, the big beautiful bill, he announced these new Trump accounts that won't just give your kids $1,000 investment account when they're born, but the money in these accounts can also grow tax-free. So make sure you watch this episode in totality so you can know everything you need to know about these accounts, how to set them up, and how to set your kids up for generational wealth. All that plus more in today's episode. What's up, family? Welcome back to another episode of Tax-Free Living, where I teach entrepreneurs just like you how to legally minimize your taxes, build wealth, and even live tax-free. Now, today's a big episode because there was a major announcement in Trump's beautiful tax bill where he wants to include these Trump accounts, which is essentially going to be $1,000 investment account for all newborns born within a certain age. Now, he originally announced these accounts as MAGA accounts, money accounts for growth and investment. And these accounts won't just give your kids this free $1,000 investment account, but they also have some major tax advantages, okay? And before I go any further, let me just say this. This bill has not been passed yet, okay? It has been passed through the House, it has been passed through Congress, but it still has to get passed through the Senate for it to become an actual bill. But I want you to know everything now, so when it is passed, you're ready to set your current children or future children up for success with these accounts. So what do you need to know? Well, every child born between January 1st, 2025 and January 1st, 2029 would receive a $1,000 government-funded deposit into this Trump account, okay? And these funds not only will be invested in an account, but they will also be invested into the market, right? They'll be invested in diversified U.S. Index funds, growth funds, so that it has diversity, but you're still exposed to the highs of the stock market. But not only will these accounts be set up and invested into the stock market for growth, parents of the children and relatives can also contribute more than the original $1,000 that was funded into these accounts. As of now, parents, relatives, or even employers will be able to contribute an additional $5,000 annually into these accounts with after-tax dollars, and the money in these accounts will be able to grow tax-free. We'll get back to that in a moment. So now that we know the basis of these accounts, how do they work from a taxation standpoint, from an eligibility standpoint, and from an access standpoint? All right, so these accounts were designated to be similar to Roth IRAs and 529 plans, which if you know about Roth IRAs and 529 plans, you are able to contribute the money. Let's talk about a Roth IRA first. With a Roth IRA, you are able to contribute money into these accounts with after-tax dollars, and the money will grow tax-free forever, okay? With a 529 plan, you are able to contribute the money and you get a tax deduction, or a state tax deduction for the money that you contribute, and then the money will grow tax-free if you use them for specific education-related expenses. So these MAGA accounts or Trump accounts will kind of be a combination of the two. What do I mean by that? Well, you will be able to contribute after-tax dollars to them, so you won't get a tax deduction when the money goes in, but the money will grow tax-free forever, just like a Roth IRA. Now, the caveat with this is the money needs to be used for certain purchases for the money to be tax-free on withdrawal. So as of right now, we just know they need to be used for qualified expenses so they can be taxed at favorable rates. So they won't be tax-free when they come out, but they'll be taxed at favorable rates. Now, who's eligible for these, right? Children under the age of 8, born within these specific dates, and with at least one parent holding a valid social security number, okay? So that is the eligibility requirements for you to have these accounts set up and funded by the government. Now let's talk about a very important piece, which is the access. When will your children be able to access these funds? Well, funds are locked until your child turns 18 years old. And at that point, they will be able to withdraw up to 50% of the money if it's used for qualified expenses. And those qualified expenses are things like education, home purchases, starting a business, and then at age 30, they will be able to receive the rest of the money. So 50% will be eligible at age 18, and then the other 50% will be eligible at age 30. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what is the goal of these accounts? Like, why did Trump want to put these accounts in his recent tax bill? Well, the initiative has three core aims. Number one, to promote financial literacy by introducing investment concepts early so families can instill financial responsibility into their children at a young age. Number two, bridging the wealth gap, right? Providing a financial foundation for all Americans that fit this criteria. So whether you're super wealthy or whether you have nothing, you will at least be able to have your kids have $1,000 investment starter account, and $1,000 invested over 18 years or invested over 30 or 50 years. If you contribute an extra $1,000 every year, you will become a millionaire before retirement. And I think this will be a great way to set families up with that initial foundation to get started. Because the reason that most people don't invest is not because they don't want to invest, but they fail to get started. Well, these accounts will help you get started for you. Okay. And the last piece is to encourage long-term financial planning. They intentionally put these restrictions at 18 and age 30 so that parents of the children or even the children themselves can't prematurely withdraw this money before compound interest took into place. So those are the three core goals of setting up these accounts. And honestly, I agree with most of them. Okay. Now, those are the good things, right? But I would be remiss if we didn't talk about the potential drawbacks for these Trump accounts in Donald Trump's big beautiful tax bill. Okay, so here are some potential drawbacks that I found. Okay, number one, this program is going to cost an estimated $17.3 billion over the next 10 years, which obviously raises questions about the long-term sustainability of this program. Because as I mentioned earlier, right now, if the bill passes, it will only be installed from January 1st, 2025 to January 29th, 2020. January 1st, 2029. So it only has 4 years at its inception because it's so expensive. Okay. And so the funding eligibility over the long-term sustainability is obviously going to be a question. And then the second part is that critics are actually arguing that without additional support, this could disproportionately favor families who are already in good financial positions. Because if those families who are less fortunate don't know the stipulations to what they have to do to set up these accounts, then they won't get them. And as of now, they have not released the exact step-by-step guide you need to make yourself eligible and go set up these accounts. But what we know is this: people in low-income areas also have less access to information. So if there's a strict requirement or a long application process to complete the setup of this account, we can see less fortunate families still missing out on this $1,000 investment account given by the government. So that is everything that we know now. Once more is released on this, I will be the first to let you all know. But as of right now, if you're a parent, if you're a grandparent starting a family or planning to start a family, this $1,000 free investment account could be a game changer for your children's future and help setting them up for generational wealth. Now, if you liked this episode and you enjoyed this episode, click that like button, smash that subscribe button, and make sure you come back and stay tuned to the channel when I'll be getting more updates on the release of Donald Trump's beautiful tax bill. Other than that, see you guys next time.